Hey, what's going on there, guys? Earthmaster here once again, January 5th, 2018, 6:08 p.m. here on the West Coast. Just going to do earthquake video recap here. Looking at live seismograph stations, pretty quiet across the board, not a whole lot of activity to report. Here is the overview of Mount St. Helens region. I actually flew over this volcano a couple of weeks ago when I went over to Alaska. Well, I flew into Seattle and then from Seattle to Alaska. But pretty awesome geographical features while I was flying around up there. You could actually see where it blew off the mountaintop there back in the 1980s or 1980 when the last major eruption occurred. And this here is just an overview of recent seismicity, seismic activity. You can see basically all within the volcano itself. You know, and I read a couple news articles. Here's a crater. You can see most of the activity is confined to the crater itself. And this is over the past couple days. Red indicating last day. The orangish colors indicating over the last week, and then older earthquakes in the yellow. But definitely some activity occurring there. Many of the stations that I did pick up on, or the news articles I read, said that it's basically just nothing to worry about, you know, so to speak. That there's no type of magma injection or tremor. That these are just stress in the area, within the region there due to tectonic plate structure, and I'm sure it's got something to do with the activity that's occurring underneath the Cascadia subduction zone there. Here's the last 3 hours, a little bit quieter compared to over the past few days, but still nonetheless ongoing. This is the Cascadia subduction zone region, with activity occurring, and no doubt I believe that this had something to do with the activity there at Mount St. Helens. So I don't think we have to worry about any kind of eruption at the moment, although we will keep an eye on it and see what becomes of it. Pretty quiet across the board in California. They did have that 4.4 earthquake in San Francisco a couple days ago, along the Hayward Fault section there. Interesting activity, but it's since calmed down. We haven't seen any kind of aftershock activity, just maybe a little bitty one, which is surprising. Normally when we see a 4-pointer or bigger, we see a numerous sequence of aftershocks there, but that's not the case. So we're definitely keeping an eye on this region here for any kind of larger activity. Southern California looking pretty quiet. Let's get on the right map here. It's just been a long day. Not a whole lot of activity to report there. Down in, across the globe, pretty quiet as well. No major deep earthquakes, no major large earthquakes anywhere. Just your normal Pacific Ring of Fire activity. And looking pretty quiet. Puerto Rico down there looking a little active. Of course, they've been swarming over the past couple years, off and on. So nothing new there. Other than that, pretty quiet, guys, across the globe. That's a good thing, right? I guess. I don't know. Either way, guys, hope you have a good night. I do have a Mount St. Helens station pulled up right here. Mount St. Helens. To keep an eye on that Webby quarter up there as well for any kind of activity. These couple little earthquakes right here are in Mammoth Lakes, Long Valley supervolcano, but pretty quiet across the globe, guys. All right, have a good night.